started his first business at age 15, graduated from Utah State University in accounting with minors in Japanese and Spanish. After graduation, he has never used that accounting degree. In fact, he has never had a real job. He likes it that way most of the time. He took the first commercial bungee jump to Japan, followed by the Sky Coaster and a couple of other extreme rides. He continues exporting stuff to Japan. He is a big advocate of dog rescue. He lives in Pleasant Grove with his wife, Hiroko, and 2 dogs, Diesel, a 130-pound Rottweiler, and Pebbles, a 70-pound Blue Heeler mix, both from rescues. He was an adrenaline junkie until he got married, and now speaking and presenting gives him that adrenaline rush. Today's speech is titled Grand Theft Auto. Welcome, Bart.
It's 1977. I've been working 3 hours in the hot sun in a field, in a cotton field. Hoe in hand, sweat dripping from my nose. 50 cents an hour. 1 hour left, and I'll have $2. A whole $2. I want my $2. But it's not even going to go in my pocket. I guess child labor doesn't count for a prison camp. Goes to victim restitution. Who's the victim? My father. As a kid, did you ever play hooky from school? I did a few times. Mom, I don't feel good. Mom, I have a headache. Mom, my stomach hurts. Mom. Every 8-year-old needs a day off every once in a while from school. Mom loved me, so I got my day off. Now, Mom and Dad are headed into town. It's 30 minutes there, 30 minutes back, 30 minutes running around. I'm going to have at least an hour and a half home alone. What could go wrong, right? Me home alone. Perfect time to practice my driving skills.
Oh.
Now, Mom and Dad take off, leaving me the car. Now, I wanted to grow up. Dad had been letting me drive the truck on the farm. Not drive, have a hold of the steering wheel while he's running the pedals. I wanted to run the pedals. Now, we lived in a small southwestern town in New Mexico. Dad used to say it's where the road ends and the west begins. 90 miles to the first stoplight. So what could go wrong? Everything's going to be okay. They head off to town, leaving me the car. The keys to the car on a little hook on the fridge, right where they should be. Note to parents, Jesse, if your kids behave like me, keys to the car on the fridge, not such a good place. I grab the keys, wait for about 15 to 20 minutes to make sure Mom and Dad aren't going to come home. They really did get to town. Out the door, I'm in the garage, standing before the beast. 1970s Ford LTD four-door. I don't know if you can picture this car, but it's a long car. It was a prodigious vehicle. The hood goes on forever. And inside that hood, 351 V8. I'm in the car, excited, sitting on the edge of the seat. I can barely touch the pedals. Foot on the brake, key in the ignition, turn, and we have liftoff. I ease off the gas. I put it in reverse. Ease off the brake, and I'm rolling into the sunlight. Life is good. At least I thought. It's a small town. What if someone sees me? Word gets around. Dad would find out. Okay, fun has been had. Let's park the beast back where it belongs and go in and behave. So once again, foot on the brake, ease into drive, ease the foot off the brake, I'm rolling. Oh, a little bit too fast, but no problem for a talented lad such as I. I raise my foot up gracefully off the brake and slam it down confidently on the gas pedal. How fast can a 351 V8 cover about 30 feet? In an instant, I hit the front of the carport, rebound back to where I started just minutes earlier. Shaking and scared, I hop out, look at the car. This thing really is built like a tank. I'm lucky, I'm safe. Back in the house, keys on the fridge. I'm under a blanket where every sick boy should be. Mom and Dad come home. Mom's cooking dinner. Bart, would you go out to the carport and get me a bottle of honey? Sure, I run out there. Oh. The car, a tank. The cupboards, not so much a tank. They were demolished. Mom can't come out here. Mom can't see this. I am the helpfulest little boy you'd seen in your life. Anytime she needed something fetched from out there, I was right there. I was such a good boy. Next day, jig's up. Damage is discovered. Person of interest? Me. Interrogation begins. I know nothing of the incident. Maybe it was Carolyn, my 17-year-old sister. She just came home late last night from a dance. She was tired, she was sleepy, she didn't know what she did. Sounds like a good story. It's my story and I'm sticking to it for 2.5 days. Me, not such a good defendant. Dad, a pretty good interrogator. I cave, I'm busted. I'm grounded for life, from everything. Well, it was a month, but it seemed like life to an 8-year-old boy. Now I'm in the field, hoeing weeds for 50 cents an hour to pay for the damage. $325, let's do the math. 50 cents an hour, $325, 650 hours. That's pretty much life without parole. For Grand Theft Auto. Really? Grand Theft Auto. Here they come to get me now. I got off early got off early parole. Now Dad made it a point to let me know that restitution was necessary. But the main problem was the lie. At this early age, I was taught about honesty, integrity, and taking responsibility for one's actions. And just a little side note, the rest of the story, if you will, was that incident was the joke of many family occasions. Years later, Dad hops in his car, turns on ignition, revs it, and those cupboards that I had toiled so hard to fix, he plunges right into them and they're damaged permanently.
Bart, what's amazing about Toastmasters is, as we just saw with table topics, is that, and with really speaking in general, is that when someone gets up on a stage, you really have no idea what you're going to leave with, right? And quite often, because most speakers work so hard to get there, it's a great experience, right? We have something to take away from it. And what every audience loves is a great story. Hopefully it's humorous, and it leaves you with something to think about. And that's what you did today. You did all three. And this is what, your fourth speech, right? Or fifth? Third. That's right, third. So for being only third of the way through your first book, you're doing a great job. I really enjoyed the speech. Everything you did was deliberate. It was sincere. You took us back in time to your childhood, and we were there with you. And what I enjoyed about it was the fact that even though we were back in time, you would bring us back to reality, like where you said no to parents, right? And that was nice, because it's going, oh yeah, this applies today as well as taking us back in time, which is what stories do. And you did that very effectively. Some people don't do that very well. They try to, I hate movies where they jump back and forth through different time periods. Occasionally you'll get a movie director who can do it really well, but most of the time you're just totally lost. So you did it fabulously. Great storytelling, great gestures. Your gestures were really well. You jumped out of the car and looked at the car, right? We were right there with you looking at that car, hoping that it wasn't smashed to pieces, or the house. And so every step, and you used interesting terms, person of interest, great words. You included the word of the day. Very, very effective speaking for being only your third speech. A couple of things that you're going to get to as you move forward is vocal variety. Raise your voice a little higher at different parts, lower or louder or softer. Maybe a little bit there, and a little bit more deliberate movement on the stage. But you moved around fine. Great story. Left us with something to think about in terms of we've all been there, right? We've all been kids where we've gotten into trouble, and yet we survive it. And that the lesson in life is that even through hard times or things we get in trouble with, we still come through okay. It was a great message.